But right now, on my list is Zoom bombing. Have you heard of it, or have you even seen it yourself? It's when people join the virtual teleconferencing or video conferencing meetings that we're all having without invitation, and then maybe show inappropriate images, or maybe you're able to even see your data. I mean, the FBI has even issued an advisory warning about it. So what can you do to stop it? Dr. Ritesh Shug is Senior Lecturer at CQU School of Engineering and Technology, and he's been nice enough to get on with us now, but not via video. G'day, Doctor.
G'day.
So, how does this phenomenon occur?
Well, it's just become popular over the last few days, and I shouldn't use the word popular, but unfortunately it's happening. So unwelcome attendees have found a way to enter meetings, and those meetings could be organizational meetings, they could be classrooms, and for the FBI to issue an advisory is something phenomenal in itself. In fact, there are reports coming out yesterday that even NASA and SpaceX, which is Elon Musk's rocket company, they've also banned employees from using Zoom because of privacy and security issues. So we don't want people to be infiltrating our meetings. So as an educator, I set up classes, and I don't want outsiders coming into the meeting. I also do understand that Hamish Blake,
yes, he was,
has been Zoom bombing organizational meetings, but that is perhaps a fun element. However, we don't want privacy intrusion.
No, and as the FBI said, we're talking about, inappropriate sort of pornographic images. We're talking about sometimes even hate images and things like that too, Ritesh. So, I mean, to be honest, within the business and education context is one thing, but there's a lot of teenagers and kids that are using these platforms too.
Absolutely, that's right. So there's been pornographic hate images, profanity, and the FBI reported people showing images of swastika symbol. And, it's not just kids. Yes, I understand, it can be mentally distressing for kids. But, I think it's equally distressing for adults to be subjected to pornographic images and videos.
Absolutely, and I guess, Ritesh, it's not just the Zoom platform that is to some degree vulnerable. Like there's others, right? There's Skyping stuff, and there's Microsoft Teams. There's a heap of them.
Any platform where the link is made publicly available is vulnerable.
Okay, so that leads us to what steps we can take to stop it from happening, Doctor.
So I think the most important thing is to make meetings private. Don't make them public, and don't share the meeting link with people you don't know, and don't put them on social media. So for example, in universities, we put our links on the learning management system. Similarly, organizational websites have their intranet. My son gets his Zoom link through email, so don't put them out on social media. Make meetings private, not public. And talking of Zoom especially, don't allow hosts to share their screen. So only allow the host to share their screen. Don't allow the participants to share their screen. Because, if you allow participants to share their screen, they could be sharing anything.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that I would advise, and a lot of people do this during meetings, is they share attachments. Now, I was having a meeting yesterday, and just for fun and to illustrate my point, I shared an executable file. Now, that executable file could have contained a malicious program, although, mine was just like, it opened up a video image, but it could be anything. So you can turn off file transfer. That's a possibility as well. And what can be done is you could also enable a waiting room option. So it's like a classroom, it's like a meeting where you allow people to enter the room rather than those people coming in automatically into the room.
So you can vet them essentially and know that they're the right people, not the wrong people.
Yep.
And I guess with Zoom, it's particularly vulnerable, that whole idea, Ritesh, of making it private and requiring a password, because a big part of it is that the meetings are just generating a particular number, random number for the actual meeting. And then people, I guess, can just randomly put in numbers until they find one they connect to.
Yes, that is possible. I mean, see, generating random numbers is not easy, although it can be done. There are sophisticated programs that can generate numbers, because generating a 6 to 9 digit number is not easy, but it can be done. So,
Well, Doctor,
the advice is private meetings, not public, and require a meeting password.
I hope that this has made things a bit better for people going forward and that we avoid it becoming widespread in the country. Dr. Ritesh Shug, I appreciate your time.
Thanks very much.
Cheers. So there you go. You just do a little bit of Googling as well about it, and maybe speak to your children too about it. It is an opportunity to potentially avoid it happening to them. This is ABC Far North, 20 minutes away from 9.